Good afternoon, guys. Just coming in with a brand new video. Now, I have an idea for this one. Since the Comic-Con is coming up in Fisherville, Virginia soon, I figured what better way than a wall-mounted, wall-crawling superhero that, I can do as a hanging diorama. Uh, Honestly, this is my first one, so I guess we'll take a look and see how it turns out. All right, and as many of you probably already know, if you've watched any of the videos or even looked on Instagram, you know I start out with the base. These are the cheap little bases from Michaels. Some styrofoam. Now what I'm doing, I'm making sure that I can attach Spider-Man to a mount. Just an acrylic rod attached to his back, make it simple. I am going to be doing brickwork on this, but I'm just going to go ahead and burn in the brick straight to the styrofoam. So I'm just kind of seeing how big of a window I need. You know, this is more of a cartoony Spider-Man, so the brickwork is going to be a little bit bigger than normal. It's not necessarily representative of real life as far as the different sizes, but just trying to make something interesting to look at, something to give old Spidey a way of getting out into the world. He's on the call, so he's got to leave his apartment. So this is a wood burning kit. So it's a wood burner with actually a razor attachment. So that razor gets really hot, and we go ahead and score in the lines. So this is just the brick lines. Beat it up with some tin foil and popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks for the framework of the window. Is this part needed? Maybe not, but I figure, Spider-Man, he doesn't live in the best area, but he still needs a pretty good window. So we're just going to go ahead and frame out his window. So make sure everything it also will add a little bit of strength to the styrofoam, which is another reason why I'm doing it. So all four sides will get a bracing of that popsicle stick. And here, what I'm doing is just cutting out 45-degree angles because I'm going to be framing out the outside of the window, just to give it a little bit more character. Now this tool is an awesome tool. I am not even sure what you call it, but it basically cuts at any angle you need from basically anything you need. I actually just use it for wood right now. I've never used it for any other material like metal or anything, but I'm sure you might be able to, but I'm not quite sure. But just making sure I get those 45-degree angles. Once again, not architecturally sound, I'm sure, but just trying to make sure that we get everything lined up, just to give it some character. So it's just not a boring, brick wall with just a hole in it. Want to make it look pretty good. I even put the brace in there for where the window's going to be, and you'll see that later. And as you see this, cheap paints, and I mean the first one, the brown, was from the Dollar Tree, and of course we got our favorite ones from Michaels and Walmart. So just some burgundy colors. I got a khaki color. The brown will be used for the wood. You'll see as it goes. Just trying to alternate the colors. Everything gets a big old base coat of that burgundy. Once again, sometimes I'm a little bit impatient, so I'll just kind of speed it up just a little bit, just to get the burgundy down, base coated, a little bit dry, and then I'll start working in that khaki. Even though it's wet, it'll blend in a little bit. In this case, we're going to blend it a little bit better, and you'll see it right there. And now we're doing the brown. So the brown, all the wood, and that does include the wood on the insides of the frame as well as the what's going to be framed on the outside. All right, once again, just cheap craft paint. We're going to go with a gray and some white. This is going to be for the mortar between the bricks. So I didn't want a super dark gray. I wanted a little bit light gray for this one. So that way I can just go ahead and paint it in, just so you can see that it's in there. Once again, I could have went a step further and actually filled in with some different material to make it look more realistic. But this is, like I said, a cartoon. So this is our cartoon Spider-Man coming out of his apartment, getting ready to sling some web and take out bad guys. So we'll go ahead and make sure we just outline all the grout work. And of course, we'll need to do some touch up. I'm not I'm not a perfect painter, so we'll just make sure that we get as much of it done as possible. Here on that frame, I just glued in some little parts of styrofoam, and that's basically just to give it depth. So it's not just flat against it. And now we're going to go ahead and make that window out of just some packaging. So cheap toy packaging, just enough just for the front. I'm sorry, just for the top. That way we go ahead and make sure that he has somewhere to jump out of his actual window, because it's lifted. And and as you see, that hot glue, it can stick. I guess that's its job, so it'll stick to anything, including your fingers. So go ahead and make sure that's ready to go. Put a little bit more on the outside of it just to kind of get it laying down as much as we can. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the outside framing for this window. And like I said, it's just to give it just some decorative feel to it. It's not going to be 1000% realistic, but hey, it's going to be better than just having a hole in the wall. And now, this is New York, so I'm sure everything's not pristine clean, so we're going to have to grime it down with some black wash. And I do put black wash over everything. So over the brick, over the wood. As you see later on, I'll even put it over the window, because, windows aren't 1000% clean. And I'm sure, his crime fighting doesn't allow for deep cleanings. And Aunt May's just tired of cleaning up his stuff. So she's taking some time off. But we'll go ahead, get that dried up a little, just so we can see what else we need. And here goes the window. Just make sure we kind of, grime it up a little bit. It's not going to be pristine. And now we're just simply going to attach the brick facade to those lifted up styrofoam pieces, so we get that, like I mentioned, we get that depth. Since he's going to be attached to the inside, I didn't want it just to be flat. So as you'll see, just slides right in. And now drilled a hole in the back of the frame, and since we attached it to good old Spidey, go ahead and push him back a little, trying to just get him situated as much as I can. And we'll just simply super glue that down with some accelerant on it to harden that up. And later on, I'll even add a little bit of hot glue to it just to secure it down a little bit. All right, now I'm just going to attach the webbing. This webbing, pretty simple. It's just the cheap floral wire that you get from Dollar Tree. Michael's has it. kind of twisted around in different angles, painted white, you know, kind of that comic book style. He's shooting out another web out of his other hand, and all that is a straight pen. So a straight pen painted white, just to give that look. And here we go for the glamour shots. All right, as we look at the glamour shots, please subscribe. Please let all your friends know. Like, comment, anything. I mean, you know, let's talk. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Let's, you have any questions, send me emails. You know, we're all going to learn together. We're going to learn different techniques throughout this journey. Just trying to get better as we go in our hobby. Other than that, like I said, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope everyone has a great week.